Hello everyone, it's Naomi from MOSAIKO Mag, and I'm here today with Leeroy.
Yeah,
Is an Amsterdam-based artist, and we're just gonna go over his career and his music and his craft.
Vroeger was mijn hoofd heet, heb nu meer een balans. Alles gaat op slot nu, praat niet lang, geen box nu. Always on my way, liever eenmans, hoef geen snakes mee. Liedjes in my damn way.
So,
yeah.
first question,
Tell me about it.
why did you start?
Started at Top Notch. One of the employees just walked by. I started. Why did I start, or how did I start?
Both.
Why did I start rapping? I felt like it was a cool creative thing to do. I saw my cousin rap back in the day. He was like a cool dude, so I looked up to him a lot. And then he came to live at our place for a couple of months, and I found some lyrics. And I asked him, what is this about? And he said, like, it's a rap song about the euro, so fuck the euro. Euro's only bringing troubles around here and that sort of shit. And I was very intrigued. And he started to educate me about hip hop a lot. Tell me about how to write lines, how do you put the right cadence on the songs, how to flow on the song. After that, I was like, fell in love with hip hop. And then I started recording for myself.
Yeah.
Ended up in a group called Zwart Licht. Did a lot of tours, saw the Netherlands and Belgium like multiple times, and yeah, dropped 4 albums now.
Nice.
And I'm now working on my solo project.
Nice.
Bringing it out this year, hopefully.
So it has been like a few years already making music and creating your own stuff.
I started when I was like 12 or 13.
Oh, that's a pretty young age.
Yeah, and now I'm 29, so I'm 16 years deep now.
Fully employed
in
music.
Yeah,
That's beautiful, nice.
Yeah.
And so it's mainly about rap and hip hop. Those are the genre that you're mostly familiar with. And then did it also influence you maybe when you were younger, like listening to this type of music? Did it sort of
of course. Like
designed your taste in music production?
Of course, yeah, because like my mother and my father were really into R&B, so I grew up with a lot of soul and R&B. But I have like brothers that, like my youngest brother is 9 years older than me, so like all the crazy hip hop from Tupac to Ghetto Boys to Biggie to Method Man, Wu-Tang Clan. I got everything from the get-go since I was a little child. So I grew up listening to music like all my life long, so it's normally like that for me to do something in the music game. You know, when I was like 12 years old, I had the first Reason on my computer. I didn't know how it would work, but we still had it just to play around and fuck around with it. So I instantly fell in love with it. My first song was, the first CD I got was I Like the Way You Work It, No Diggity, for my auntie. When I was like 4 or 5 years old, the single, so I memorized the whole song, singing from back to back, always dancing, always rapping, you know, acting tough, because I was a little soldier-ass dude, you know, trying to be like the big bros.
Yeah, amazing. So you started with Zwart Licht, you said, like, this group, right?
Yeah.
Can you just say something about it? Like,
yeah, of course. Zwart Licht is a hip hop formation that I started with Akwasi and Hayzee. And we started it back in 08, dropped our first album in 09 with the label Top Notch. That went kind of viral for that time. Right now viral has a whole different meaning, but everybody accepted it as a good hip hop album. And we were like the first, not the first, but the first, one of the only groups here in Amsterdam around that time that was really like hip hop based, not the pop sound, you know.
Course,
And everybody accepted it, and our shows were really energetic, so we got booked a lot, and we toured a couple of times, saw a lot of crazy festivals. We had a little sabbatical from 2012 to 2016, 17, and then we came back, dropped another album called Bliksem. With that album, we won for the best video clip. We won an 80 songs, one of like the Dutch Grammy.
Nice,
that
that's
was
dope.
really cool.
Yeah.
And now we're back on our solo projects again.
Yeah.
So it's like we've been in the game as Zwart Licht. We've been in the game mostly from like 10 years now, 10 plus years, 10, 12 years.
Dope.
And it's I'm not talking. It's kind of hard talking about myself, you know.
Yeah.
But people say we're quite good. So.
Humble shit. Of course, keep it low.
We're quite good, and we did something back in the day, but right now I'm just enjoying the moment and just still create music. I think I'm not at my best.
Yeah, it's
but
always room for improvement.
Yeah, always,
of course.
always, yes.
And do you see any difference from working with a group and working by yourself? Like, do you find like any challenges, or is it weird to be on your own with this whole as art to create?
No, it ain't particularly weird to be on my own, but what I find out is like I have more freedom and creativity, so I don't have to consider other people's opinions to make a song. But the other side is just I have to do a lot more now. I have to write more lyrics. I have to put the song out by myself. I have to promote it all by myself because being a part of a group, you always help each other with things.
Yeah.
And now I'm solo and independent, so I'm running my own label, my own studio, and my own mixes and everything. So it takes time, and it's working harder. But at the end of the day, it's more fulfilling being an independent artist and doing my own thing and exactly what I would love to do. Not that I don't like the sound that Zwart Licht was making, but it was a combination of our three minds together.
Of course, yeah.
So it's more just me, and I don't have to talk with other people for do you like this, or should we change this or not. If I like it, I like it.
Yeah. And what it feels to be under a label like Top Notch, like
it's cool.
Yeah.
Like Top Notch is the biggest hip hop label you can be on, and they always treated us well. But the thing is, like, you know, you have a lot of artists signed to that label, so like if you're not bringing the big bucks in, you're not like the priority.
Of course.
And that's normal because they are running a business, they're not running a charity, and like they had a lot of artists and not that much employees, so like the communication was from time to time was very slow, and we would love to work real quick. When we had an idea, we go to the studio, we're gonna record it, and we're gonna bring it out within the next 2-3 months. It's up to us, but you know, you have like a schedule you got to keep on. The label has multiple releases, so for me it's not the perfect thing, but they never treated us bad because of them we had a lot of national exposure. Yeah. And they hooked us up with a lot, like being signed to labels like a stamp of approval. This is the act, this is the dude, those are the guys that you should follow, should listen. And it makes it easier as an artist, but you make a lot less from time to time. But at the end of the day, it's quite worth it being signed to a label. Definitely. If it's up to you. So.
Yeah. Did you sort of feel like you were moving backward when you left the label, or did you find yourself like discouraged, or?
Nah, I think we were all ready to leave the label because we had our own ideas, our own business plans, and all everything, and we always were self-sufficient, so we weren't dependable on the label at all. It was most of the times like we were signed to them and we needed to bring music out, but it wasn't like going the way we would love to. And so it was like a blessing. Yeah. Kinda, you know, it was like, shit, what we gonna do? And the label said, okay, we can, you know, go our separate ways and still be friends. And we were like, yeah, right, that's cool. Yeah. And we did our own thing and we tried it out and we released the album. The exposure wasn't as big as a Top Notch release.
Of course,
but everybody accepted it and we had a lot of gigs from it, so you know, it was cool. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're running a label now? Or
nah, my own label. Nah, I'm not planning to run a label yet because I'm not fond of being an artist and a label owner at the same time, because if you are an artist, you need to prioritize, you need to put yourself in the first place. Yeah, that's true. And if you're an artist, then you cannot get a deal and give it to your next up guy when you need it the most. Yeah. So it's an unfair situation that I'm creating then. So I'd rather help my people around me, help them with all the facilities that I got. Yeah. And you know, help them grow and improve themselves. So it's more like a production house.
Yeah. So you just host different talents and help them, you know, giving tips and sort of direct them in the good direction.
Yeah, mixing, mastering the songs, making songs with them, selling them songs. We have a production company called Good Company. Excuse me, it's with a producer of Zwart Licht and Space Cadet, that's a good video maker, and Steffi Lahey, she's a video maker as well. and we just started it. You went by the studio already, so we started building up, and we're now 2 months in with the production company, and it's quite working for us.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing to start something from new and just be in your element and create the things you like and do the things you like.
Would you consider yourself a full-time artist?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I stopped working 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
So I'm fully dependable on my the craft that I do. So I teach a lot, but it all has to do with like the thing that I do. I love the most is making music.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a full-time artist right now.
Yeah.
Even though Corona fucking us up financially, but we're still good.
Yeah.
You know?
Facts. And I saw you dropped a video today.
Yeah.
And it's like a remix of Akwasi's
Yeah.
song, if I'm correct. Yeah.
Yes.
And it's about racism and what's going on right now. What's your opinion about it? What would you like to express through your music in regards to what's happening right now?
I think enough is enough. That's all I have to say. How many times can we ask it in a nice way?
Yeah.
How many times do we need to ask people for sympathy? I'm done with that.
Yeah.
It's already been 400+ years now, so I'm not comfortable in talking like on interviews and shit about it. But I love to put my opinion in my own song so people could listen in my element, because you know how the media works. They can take it out of context and
Easily.
blow it up, just like they did with my homie Akwasi. He did a 10-minute speech on the square, and they just cut out the last sentence, really the last one, and the whole world just blew up. He's public enemy #1. So that's why I don't like publicity that much and being in front of a camera, because
You never know.
I cannot control that medium. So
No, yeah, it's beyond you.
yeah,
What you say just get used and
yeah,
displaced and
yeah,
this word.
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. So what I gotta say is Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter, but even trans lives, even gay lives, and all those lives matter as well, because we were fighting for what is right. We're not fighting against
Anything.
anything. We're fighting for the right that we have to be here on this earth, the right to be a human being and being respected by everybody else.
Yeah.
So that's why I dropped my vision of the song.
Of course.
And I wrote it, I recorded it Kwas first, the song dropped, and then the day after I wrote my verse, and it was like...
Ben je willing om te sterven voor je doelen, of doe je het alleen zodat mensen je daar gaan voelen? Ik zie slangen met 2 gezichten, met messen in hun handen. Varkens patrouilleren met bloedok op in hun handen. Dus fuck die Piet Meurders, je strijdt voor een fictief persoon. Mannen switch je huidskleur als het gaat hier om een beetje brood.
Just came out of it, yeah, came out of it. With all the emotions as well of all the backlash that's been going on, you know, because we as Zwart Licht always been like a pro-black music group, and the whole name Zwart Licht is pro-black as well, because we wanted to put in the word black. It has like a bad connotation on it. It's always like in Dutch you have zwart rijden, zwarte piet.
Yeah, it's like a negative discriminatory relevance. Yeah.
Yes, and we wanted to put it in a different daylight, so that's why we called it Zwart Licht, so black light.
Oh, licht is light. Okay, yeah, cool.
Licht is light, so that's the thing. That's why we started it.
Nice.
So our first album was pro-black. Last album was pro-black as fuck as well, but right now we should have dropped the albums right now, because now everybody's talking about pro-black things.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But we've been doing it, so it's not known. It's not like a special thing for me to put my emotions on a song like that, because I've been doing it and I feel comfortable in it, doing it. So.
Yeah. And do you think the music industry should sort of stand in a more clear position when it comes to black artists, like music, or could be a rapper, or also, I don't know.
Yeah, but what define the music business? Is it like the companies or like the artists?
Not a company, like the
yeah, of course.
the one behind the scenes. So
yeah,
of course the artist as well plays a big influence, because it's the one that people admire. But also I think there has to be a sort of attention on the music company, what they do, what the role they play
course.
And
But the thing is, there is something like it's your own responsibility as well. If you sign a contract without reading it, it's your own damn fault.
yeah,
Like
that's true.
Sony is so like companies like Sony, they are trying to be a business. They're not a charity. So they are, if they can get a dollar extra from you, they sure as hell taking it.
Okay.
And they've been doing it from back in the day. You can see Elvis Presley was one of the biggest.
Yeah.
Like he stole a whole black genre and made it a white genre.
his
And
own, yeah.
his whole dancing, the hip shaking, there's
Yeah.
Little Richard written all over
Yeah,
it, you know?
of course.
And it's important for us to know that.
Yeah.
So if people love hip hop music, don't love it because of G-Eazy that he's rapping. No, I love it because of the culture, what's going on. Why did hip hop start? Why did the blues start? Why did R&B start?
Yeah.
You know, you need to know the culture as well. And I don't think the music company is obligated to give that information.
Yeah.
I think it's up to you. If you love this music, just look it up because we cannot ask people for things. We need to create things for ourselves.
Facts. And just to wrap it up, like the advice that you gave yourself as an artist and also for the future generation, like what would you say?
Keep on going.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll always be better a year later or something like this. Keep on going and just believe in yourself because you're not doing it to get likes or something like that. You're just doing it for yourself.
Yeah.
To appreciate yourself. I love my art. I love listening to my own music. It
Yeah.
sounds cocky, but you know.
No, say it.
When I'm sad,
Say
I'm
Give
pumping
it
my
all.
own songs. So you know.
Of course, definitely.
That's the way I look at it. So and even like artists like Rembrandt or Van Gogh, they're now huge, but in that time when they were creating, they weren't that huge. They were like, was it Van Gogh who cut his ear
Yeah,
off?
exactly. Yeah.
And he went crazy.
Yeah.
Because of
everything.
Just focus on yourself and focus on your craft and know how to separate business from art.
Echte niggas gaan niet dood. Eerst net als helden. Kan geen team bouwen met spitsen in de velden. Favoriete rapper zegt niks zinnigs, kan hem helpen. Praat niet lang met jou, ik hou het kort als Van Velsen. Botte nigga, maar ik kom scherp uit de hoek. Shit je wakker met de shank totdat je zelf wordt gejoekt. Kan een pussy nigga lezen als een interessant boek. Yo, de rap game is fake, ik heb de realest nigga.